Ghost is almost like space and time because of a horrible incident. As we plunge into the cosmic depths, be prepared to have your worldview shaken to your very core by the 10 terrifying new photographs released by NASA. You should prepare for what you are about to see, since it is not something to be taken lightly. These images, which feature menacing celestial occurrences and eerily gorgeous nebulae, will make you reevaluate how you see the universe and give you chills. Sometimes the universe looks back at you when you stare upon it. Now, if you dare, be ready to have your mind blown as we take a trip into space with NASA's 10 most terrifying photos. The Screaming Skull. Oh no, as it smolders and burns to death, this eerie face in space appears to be wailing. Located in the vast Canal of Pus, this celestial beast hides more secrets than it reveals. This cosmic mystery, which has been dubbed the Screaming Skull and secret among scientists, is enough to put a chill down the spine of any stargazer. But in reality, it's a serene group of galaxies, a captivating ballet of stars. This photo was created without any actual skulls being damaged. This is an X-ray picture of the Perseus Cluster, a group of galaxies. Strange radio waves seeming to emanate from the cluster give the impression of 1,000 tortured cries for help. At first glimpse, maybe the Screaming Skull is more than a name, it may be the portent of incomprehensible cosmic horrors in some other universe, inviting us to face the unknown. The Perseus Cluster tests our cosmic knowledge. Paranormal entities from outer space. As we continue our journey into the dark recesses of space where celestial creatures hide in cosmic shadows, brace yourself for another terrifying meeting with the space ghosts. These ethereal entities, shrouded in eerie gas and dust, are known to the brave explorers of the universe as space ghosts. Behold the terrifying beauty of SH-2136, a cosmic graveyard that sends shivers down the spines of astronomers and stargazers alike. These spectral apparitions are engraved into the very fabric of space, a horrific witness to the destructive forces at work in the cosmos. Created by the strong radiation and stellar winds from enormous stars within the nebula, the space ghosts of SH-2136 appear as phantoms caught in an endless cosmic dance. As they drift across the cosmic nothingness, their wispy forms seem to beckon, tempting hapless explorers deeper into the abyss where the laws of reality bend and distort. The illuminated dark nebula is located approximately 1,200 light-years away toward the constellation Cepheus. Monster Mash from outer space, a terrifying enigma, the skull in space resides in the abysmal depths of space where shadows engulf light. The surface of this long-gone space traveler bears the insignia of a smiling skull, its empty eye sockets seemingly peering into the depths of anyone brave enough to meet its gaze. It takes the shape of a smiling skull, its monstrous figure fashioned from the stuff of nightmares. This eerie skeleton figure floats across space, reflecting the red light of faraway stars. It's a grim messenger of cosmic impending doom, shedding an eerie red light that makes one think of evil spirits. Beneath the skull's sinister facade lies the impenetrable mystery of the cosmos. How did this skull end up in space? It's actually a radar photograph of the asteroid 2015 TB-145, which NASA believes to be a dead comet, taken at Puerto Rico's Arecibo Observatory. Ghostly hand of God, darkness permeates the universe. Some of the visible objects also appear as if they would emit audible noises if space waves conveyed them. In addition to the ominous dark matter and dark energy, in keeping with the spirit of the season, NASA has shared a picture of a particularly unsettling nebula dubbed the Hand of God due to its skeleton finger shape. The nebula, correctly designated as MSH 15-52 or PSR B 1509-58, formed 1,600 years ago as a remnant of a supernova explosion that destroyed a star, namely a pulsar. A tremendous wind in matter and antimatter jets is being released from the neutron star's poles as it spins at a high pace. Pre- and post-supernova is being picked up by the wind Parolaria, giving the impression that the pulsar is sitting at the palm's base. The wind is blowing in one direction, making a forearm, and in the other, luminous fingers. While X-ray telescopes have long preferred imaging MSH 15-52, NASA's decision to spend 17 days of the imaging X-ray polarimetry explorer time on the nebula was not based on its eerie appearance. A large portion of the Imaging X-ray Polarimetry Explorer's resources have been dedicated to this project for the longest period of time. The image was created by combining this data with observations made by the Chandra X-ray telescope. Romani Wong and colleagues attribute the lack of polarization in the brightest jet, the wrist of the hand, to entangled magnetic fields in a turbulent zone. It is difficult to see the base of the wrist jet because if it is polarized at all, it seems to be relative to the rest of the nebula. The field lines become more parallel, and polarization becomes stronger as the jet recedes from the pulsar. According to the researchers, particles are propelled in turbulent places and then move to areas with a more uniform field. The Imaging X-ray Polarimetry Explorer has been studying additional newly formed pulsars in our galaxy since its launch in 2021. These include the Crab Nebula, which was formed 1,000 years ago, and the Vela Nebulae, which were formed 11,000 years ago. Based on the Imaging X-ray Polarimetry Explorer's findings, which show that they all have comparable magnetic fields, the team has concluded that these wind nebulae are more prevalent than previously thought. No, it's not a mirage, the hand is missing a little finger. Perhaps something even more terrifying is snipping off space fingers. As one gazes upon this eerie cosmic ghost, one can't help but feel little in the grand scheme of things. Do humans exist solely as instruments for ethereal beings, entangled in the eternal cycle of death and rebirth? The terrifying ghost hand of God is a warning that humanity faces both wonderful and terrifying discoveries in the vastness of space. The cosmic keyhole. It's not every day that you can peek through a keyhole in the cosmos, but Hubble did just that and didn't even realize it. A peculiar portrait of the whirling gas and dust cloud NGC 1999 was shown on October 24 in a new image of the nebula captured by the Hubble Space Telescope and shared by NASA and the European Space Agency. The nebula in the image's center, V380 Orion, is a remnant of a star's creation. As stated in the accompanying ESA statement, the most distinctive feature of the photo, however, is the dark void in the heart of the nebula shaped like a keyhole. When the nebula was first imaged by Hubble in 1999, it was believed that the dark central region was something known as a Bok globule. These globules are cold clouds of gas, dust, and other molecules that are so dense that they block any light from passing through. It was only after subsequent observations of the nebula that astronomers learned that the dark region was actually empty space. At the moment, the origin of this keyhole feature isn't known. The nebula is illuminated from the inside by the newborn star V380 Orion. The nebula itself is actually the leftover material from the star's formation. The star is white in color owing to the intense heat of its surface, roughly 18,000 degrees Fahrenheit or twice the temperature of the Sun, and it is estimated at 3.5 stellar masses. The nebula is close to the Orion Nebula, located about 1,500 light-years away in an active star-forming region of the Milky Way. It is also famous for its proximity to the first Herbig-Haro object ever discovered, which is just outside of the image frame. According to the space agencies, Herbig-Haro objects are relatively short-lived jets of ionized gas shot out from very young stars. The Halloween asteroid, a big asteroid called 2015 TB145 passed close to Earth on Halloween, 2015, passing barely 33,212,900 miles away, roughly 6,237 miles further away than the Moon. Although this asteroid's passage was entirely risk-free, astronomers employed a combination of the Arecibo Observatory in Puerto Rico, the DSS-14 antenna in Goldstone, California, and the Green Bank Telescope in West Virginia to capture radar waves reflecting off the asteroid's surface and reconstruct its appearance. Midway through the observations, scientists watched as this 1968-foot-wide celestial body twisted its face to face us in a skull-like manner. Its unusual nature contributed to its naming as the Halloween asteroid. Why this comet might not be alive after all? Comets are immense chunks of ice, dust, gas, and rock which are left over from the formation of the solar system. When a comet draws closer to the Sun, it sends streamers of gas and dust out into space, forming a cloud around it known as the coma, as well as two long tails, one made of dust and the other of ionized gas. Each repeated trip around the Sun causes the comet to lose more ice, gas, and dust, and if it does this enough times, it can run out of these resources. What's left behind is a rocky remnant that may be the original nucleus around which the comet formed long ago. Now, asteroid 2015 TB145 is most definitely not the exoskeleton of a gigantic cosmic monster, no matter how it seems. The darkened craters and pits on the asteroid's uneven surface are actually just human pareidolia at work, giving the impression of a face. The Witch Head Nebula. The Witch Head Nebula earned its common name due to its resemblance to a supernatural, magic-making woman's face. Looking at nebulae in space is a lot like looking at passing cloud patterns and deciding what objects they remind you of. This ghostly figure, which can be found in the constellation of Orion, seems like a wicked witch's profile. It appears like a terrifying work of art, a ghostly celestial figure carved out of space itself. A pointed chin and nose protrude. From its underbelly, its illumination comes from the star Ril. The Witch Head Nebula, shrouded in the inky blackness of interstellar space, is a sinister portrait of cosmic sorcery. The ghastly visage takes form through the interplay of gas and dust sculpted by the relentless forces of the cosmos. Nebulous tendrils extend like ethereal tresses, casting an otherworldly spell upon all who gaze upon it. Stare at it for too long, and it might cast a space spell on you. Understanding that the Witch Head Nebula is a site of cosmic creation and death, where stars are born and then destroyed in intense fire, contributes to the nebula's mysterious aura and satisfies the witch's ravenous need for spectral energy. The Eye of Sauron, the mysterious celestial object known as the Eye of Sauron, which watches over the universe with unnerving intensity, is visible in the cosmos. Fallout is the actual name for this terrifying, eye-shaped nebula, and it looks a lot like Sauron's eye from the Lord of the Rings trilogy. The eye was portrayed by Tolkien in the books as having a rimmed with fire appearance, with an iris that was burning with an otherworldly crimson, emanating a malevolence that transcends scientific understanding. The black slit of the pupil opened up upon a pit, which was like a gateway into nothingness. It is as though an ancient and malicious intellect has awakened, examining the cosmic tapestry with a curiosity that borders on the terrifying. Its eerie gaze pierces through the fabric of space and time, exploring the very substance of the universe. Our most sophisticated space telescopes captured it in breathtaking detail. One thing is certain, the Eye of Sauron's continued surveillance urges us to inquire further into the universe's mystery. From its underbelly, a pointed chin and nose protrude, and its illumination comes from the star Ril. The Witch Head Nebula, shrouded in the inky blackness of interstellar space, is a sinister portrait of cosmic sorcery. The ghastly visage takes form through the interplay of gas and dust sculpted by the relentless forces of the cosmos. Nebulous tendrils extend like ethereal tresses, casting an otherworldly spell upon all who gaze upon it. Stare at it for too long, and it might cast a space spell on you. Understanding that the Witch Head Nebula is a site of cosmic creation and death, where stars are born and then destroyed in intense fire, contributes to the nebula's mysterious aura and satisfies the witch's ravenous need for spectral energy. The Eye of Sauron, the mysterious celestial object known as the Eye of Sauron, which watches over the universe with unnerving intensity, is visible in the cosmos. Fallout is the actual name for this terrifying, eye-shaped nebula, and it looks a lot like Sauron's eye from the Lord of the Rings trilogy. The eye was portrayed by Tolkien in the books as having a rimmed with fire appearance, with an iris that was burning with an otherworldly crimson, emanating a malevolence that transcends scientific understanding. The black slit of the pupil opened up upon a pit, which was like a gateway into nothingness. It is as though an ancient and malicious intellect has awakened, examining the cosmic tapestry with a curiosity that borders on the terrifying. Its eerie gaze pierces through the fabric of space and time, exploring the very substance of the universe. Our most sophisticated space telescopes captured it in breathtaking detail. One thing is certain, the Eye of Sauron's continued surveillance urges us to inquire further into the universe's mystery.